Hello everyone, I am Cricketer and in this video I will be doing a review of match 21 between SRH and RR. So this match was played at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium in Uppal, Hyderabad, and RR won the toss and decided to bowl first. SRH put up a good score of 216 for 6 on the board, and it looked like it would be difficult to defend this total considering the strong RR batting lineup and an inexperienced SRH bowling lineup. But the debutants shined for SRH, picking 4 wickets each and defending the total and winning by 57 runs. This win handed RR their first defeat of the season. Praful Hinge was given the player of the match for his figures of 4 overs, 4 for 34, which included 3 wickets in the first over of the match. Now let's go through the playing 11. So for SRH, there were 2 changes with Praful Hinge coming in place of Jaydev Unadkat and Saqib Hussain coming in place of Harshal Patel. So Saqib Hussain was the impact player and he came in the second innings in place of Travis Head. For RR, there were also 2 changes with Luhandra Pretorius coming in place for Shimran Hetmeyer and Tushar Deshpande coming in place for Brijesh Sharma. For RR, Vaibhav Suryavanshi was the impact player who came in the second innings in place of Sandeep Sharma. So in the first innings, Jofra Archer started with a wicket of the first ball of the match, getting Abhishek Sharma out on 0. Nandre Burger continued with a good second over. In the next over, Ishan Kishan hit a 6 and a 4 of Jofra Archer to score 10 runs in that over. Then Nandre Burger went for 12 runs with Travis Head hitting a 4 and Ishan Kishan hitting a 6. Ishan hit a 6 again in the next over of Sandeep Sharma, scoring 12 runs in that over. Tushar Deshpande went for 11 runs in the next over, with SRH finishing the power play on 51 for 1. Then Riyan Parag himself came into the attack and got the wicket of Travis Head, giving away just 5 runs. Then Ravi Bishnoi bowled a decent over, giving away just 6 runs. Ishan Kishan was batting superbly and in the next over he hit a 6. In the next over again Bishnoi went for 16 runs with Henry Claassen and Ishan Kishan hitting a 6 each. Ishan also brought up his 50 with a 6 in that over. At the 10 over mark, SRH were 89 for 2, looking to finish very strongly. In the next over, Tushar Deshpande went for 21 runs with Ishan Kishan hitting 3 fours and a 6. Claassen hit a 6 of Ravi Bishnoi in the next over and scored 13 runs in that over. Both the batters were now set at the crease and were looking to attack the RR bowlers. Riyan Parag then brought back Jofra Archer into the attack as they badly needed a wicket. But Henry Claassen hit a 4 and Ishan hit 3 fours in that over, scoring 17 runs in that over. Then Sandeep Sharma slowed the rate a little bit by giving only 5 runs in the next over and taking the important wicket of Ishan Kishan, who got out on 91. Then Henry Claassen continued attacking, hitting a 6 of Nandre Burger in the next over and Nitish hit a 6 of Tushar Deshpande in the following over. But Tushar Deshpande also got the wicket of Henry Claassen in the over. Nandre Burger bowled a good 17th over, nailing Yorkers and giving away just 7 runs. Then Salil Arora hit a 4 of the first ball of the next over and Nitish Kumar Reddy finished the over with 3 sixes, scoring 24 runs in the Sandeep over. This over lifted the SRH camp as they looked for a strong finish. Jofra Archer got the wicket of Nitish Kumar Reddy in the next over, but Salil Arora hit a 6 to score 8 runs in the over. Tushar Deshpande started the last over with a wide and then got hit for a 4 by Aniket Verma, but gave only 3 runs in next 4 balls. Salil Arora then hit a 6 of the last ball to end the SRH innings on 216 for 6. Now let's go through the first innings scoreboard. Abhishek Sharma got out on the first ball. Travis Head 18 from 18. Ishan Kishan 91 of 44. with 8 fours and 6 sixes, a strike rate of 206. Henry Klassen 40 of 26. Nitish Kumar Reddy 28 from 13. Salil Arora not out 24 of 13. Aniket Verma run out 6 from 5. And Harsh Dubey not out on not. Then the bowling card, Jofra Archer 4 overs 2 for 37. Nandre Burger 4 overs none for 31. Sandeep Sharma 4 overs 52 for 1. Tushar Deshpande 4 overs 55 for 1. Both the bowlers, Sandeep and Tushar, went at an economy of 13 and above. Then Riyan Parag 1 over 5 runs, 1 wicket, and Ravi Bishnoi 3 overs, none for 35. So SRH finished at a total of 216 for 6 at a run rate of 10.8 with 9 extras, which included 1 leg by and 8 wides. Then in the second innings, SRH had a dream start with the ball, with the debutant, who was also the man of the match, Praful Hinge, getting the wicket of Vaibhav Suryavanshi for a golden duck on the second ball of the innings. This only got better as he got Drujurel bowled on the fourth ball and then Rwanda Pretorius out on the last ball of the over. RR were 1 for 3 after the first over, with Praful taking 3 wickets in that over. And this was the first time in the history of the IPL that a bowler took 3 wickets in the first over of an IPL innings. In the next over, the other debutant Saqib Hussain came into the attack and got the wicket of Yashasvi Jaiswal. SRH had almost won the game in the first 2 overs as RR were 4 for 4. In the next over, Praful got a wicket of Riyan Parag after getting hit for a 4. Now RR were 9 for 5 at the end of 3 overs, and there was no chance of RR winning the match from here as the target was over 200 and the required run rate was already about 12. At this stage, it looked like RCB's lowest score record of 49 would be broken. So Ravindra Jadeja and Donovan Ferreira were at the crease, and in the fourth over, Ravindra Jadeja hit 2 fours to score 11 runs in the over. The next over, Ferreira hit a 6 and a 4 to score 12 runs of the over. Rajasthan finished the power play at 40 for 5. Then left-arm wrist spinner Shivang came into the attack and Donovan Ferreira hit him 2-4, scoring 11 runs in the over, and they went past the lowest score in the IPL. Donovan and Jadeja both were looking to play out the remaining overs and trying to take singles and doubles. They were not trying to take any undue risk, and in the next 3 overs, they scored 19 runs without hitting any boundaries. RR were 70 for 5 in the 10th over. And on the first ball of the next over, bowled by Shivang, there was a nick when Donovan Pereira tried to swing hard with the keeper. Salil Arora could not hold on to the catch. Ishan Kishan was not keeping in this match and was fielding in the outfield, so Salil took the gloves. Then in the same over, Donovan hit a 6 and a 4 to score 13 runs in the over. He then attacked Harsh Dubey, hitting 2 fours and a 6, scoring 14 runs in the over. The next over went for 12 runs as Ravindra Jadeja hit 1 4 and there was another 4 which was of overthrows. They also brought up the 100-run partnership in that same over. It was a good partnership for RR to help them to recover from 9 for 5. In the next over again, Jadeja hit a 4 and scored 11 runs in that over. RR were 120 for 5 in 14 overs, needing 97 runs in 6 overs with required run rate of 16.16. Then Saqib Hussain, the debutant, came back into the attack and got the important wicket of Donovan Pereira, ending the excellent partnership. Then Ravindra Jadeja lost his wicket in the next over of Ishan Malinga when SRH reviewed for a caught behind. Tushar Deshpande hit a 6 in the same over and showed his batting power. Then Saqib Hussain finished his excellent spell, taking wickets of Archer and Bishnoi in consecutive deliveries in his last over. Then Tushar Deshpande hit 2 sixes of Praful Hinge in his last over, scoring 16 runs. In the 19th over, Ishan Malinga took the last wicket of the innings with Tushar Deshpande getting out. RR finished with 159 with SRH winning by 57 runs. Now let's go through the second innings scoreboard. Yashasvi Jaiswal, 1 from 5. Vaibhav Suryavanshi got out on first ball. Dhruv Jurel got out on second ball on 0. Luandre Pretorius got out on second ball for 0. Riyan Parag, 4 from 6. Ravindra Jadeja, 45 of 32. Donovan Ferreira, 69 of 44. Jofra Archer, 2 from 5. Tushar Deshpande, 25 of 11. Ravi Bishnoi got out in the first ball. Nandre Bargar not out. In the bowling card, Praful Hinge, 4 overs, 4 for 34. Saqib Hussain, 4 overs, 4 for 24. Ishan Malinga, 4 overs, 2 for 31. Then Shivang, 3 overs, none for 28. Nitish Kumar Reddy, 2 overs, none for 19. Harsh Dubey, 2 overs, none for 22. RR finished with a total of 159 all out in 19 overs, the run rate of 8.37. There were 10 extras which had 1 leg by and 9 wides. Now let's go through the fall of wickets for both the teams. So Abhishek Sharma lost his wicket on the first ball of the match, with Jofra Archer taking the wicket and Ravi Bishnoi taking the catch at third man. No, Abhishek tried to step out and hit Archer, but only managed to slice it, where Ravi Bishnoi took a catch on the third man boundary. Travis Head got out in the seventh over on 55, with no trying to hit Riyan Parag, but only managing to hit it straight to Ferreira. Kishan got out in the 14th over on the ball of Sandeep Sharma, who bowled a good short ball. The ball went up in the air, and Dhruv Jurel and Sandeep Sharma collided with each other, but Sandeep held on to the catch. Then Henry Klassen got out in the 16th over with Tushar Deshpande bowling and Riyan Parag taking the catch. Nitish Kumar Reddy got out in the 19th over with Jofra Archer bowling, and the catch went to wicketkeeper Dhruv Jurel. In the last over, Aniket Verma got out, run out with trying to take a single but being sent back, and Dhruv Jurel throwing the ball to Deshpande, who hit the stumps at the bowler's end. Then for RR, Vaibhav Suryavanshi got out in the first over in the bowling of Inge. Again, similar to the wicket of Ishan Kishan, where the ball went up in the air and the keeper Salil Arora taking the catch. Then Dhruv Jurel was bowled by Hinge, where he chopped on the ball onto his stumps. Then Luando Pretorius bowled again by Hinge in the first over, with Nitish Kumar Reddy taking the catch on the square leg boundary. Yashasvi Jaiswal got out in the next over, with Saqib Hussain taking the wicket and Nitish Kumar Reddy taking the catch at the third man. Riyan Parag got out in the slips, where Abhishek took a catch on the bowling of Hinge in the third over. Then Donovan Ferreira was bowled by Saqib Hussain in the 15th over on 127, where he bowled a good slower delivery and Donovan completely missed the ball. Then Ravindra Jadeja got out in the next over in the bowling of Ishan Malinga, with the keeper taking the catch. The umpire didn't give Jadeja out on the field, but the SRH bowlers and the keeper took a review, and there was a slight edge on the bottom of the bat, and the Jadeja was given out after review. Then Jofra Archer got out to Saqib Hussain, caught by Praful Hinge in the 17th over, and in the next ball of the same over, Ravi Bishnoi got out, with Ishan Kishan taking the catch. Then the last wicket to fall, Tushar Deshpande got on the 19th over on the bowling of Ishan Malinga, and again Ishan Kishan taking the catch. Now let's go to the top partnerships. So for SRH, there was the highest partnership of 88 of 39 between Klassen and Ishan Kishan, where Ishan Kishan scored 54 of 22 and Klassen scored 30 of 17. Then there was a 55-run partnership of 40 between Travis Head and Ishan Kishan. There was also a 33-run partnership of 16 deliveries between Salil and Nitish. Then for Rajasthan, there was only a single partnership of 118 of 72 between Jadeja and Pereira, where Jadeja scored 42 of 28 and Donovan Pereira scored 69 of 44. Other than that, they didn't have a good partnership. Then if we go through the graphs, if we look at the worms for both the teams, SRH, worm is a lot higher than the Rajasthan worm. In Rajasthan, they lost 3 5 wickets in the power play, and then they kind of just were looking to get through the overs and kind of get as close to the SRH total as possible to, uh, try to reduce the margin of loss. So that was the case, and in the power play itself, losing those wickets, the game was almost done. And the run rate graph, if you can see again, so here also both the teams had a slow start. The run rate went from, at the end of the power play was also 6 and 8 for both the sides. It was not high scoring, start for both the teams. As you can see in the run rate, it went up and then kind of stayed in that particular in both the uh, graphs for both the teams is very similar. It kind of went up for SRH and then kind of slowed down a little bit, then again went up and stayed in that level. And for RR also, it was the same case. It went up, then came down a little and stayed in that same run rate of about 8. But the difference was between the run rates. So SRH finished at around 10 run rate, but RR finished at 8. So that was the difference. And if we look at the Manhattan for both the teams, if we start with the SRH, so their start, as we saw in the run rate and warm, was not that good. So at the end of the power play, they were just 51 for 1, not the power play which we normally see from the SRH, but they kind of finished very well with 2 overs of more than 20. And in the middle, they scored a lot of runs with the overs of 9 to 13. They had all the 5 overs were greater than 10 runs per over. And to finish, they had 2 good overs at the end. Then for the RR, you see, the start was very poor. 3 wickets in the first over, then 5 wickets at the end of the third over. Yeah, no runs. They didn't score that many runs, but after that, both over they went for 11 and 12. So those were good overs, meaning they didn't kind of try to just defend. They kind of hit boundaries also, but those boundaries were not enough to chase down the total. They scored, had a good number of overs, which were about 10 runs per over. They had one big over of just 16, but they didn't have those, big overs which SRH had. So if you look at both the Manhattans, SRH buildings are much taller than the RR buildings, and that is what brought got SRH to that score. Now, if we go through the summary of the match, so RR had a good start with the ball with Jofra Archer again taking a wicket of the first ball of the match, but a couple of overs over 20 hurt them in the bowling innings. Sandeep Sharma and Tushar Deshpande were expensive, going at over 13 runs per over. And in the chase, losing 5 wickets in 3 overs for just 9 runs is not what you want, especially in a chase of over 200. So the chase kind of died down in the power play itself, and then they were just looking to go as close as possible to the SRH score. They had a good partnership between Jadeja and Donovan Pereira to reduce the margin and to keep the net run rate healthy. As I said in the previous matches, all the runs were scored by the top three. And in this match, the middle order got some runs, and this will give them some confidence going into the next matches. They could have played a little better in the chase after they lost quick wickets, but no SRH bowlers bowled very well. So SRH had a very good game. They brought in debutants for the match, and they delivered with a big win against the table toppers. The last match, Ishan Kishan had said in a toss that Praful Hinde will make his debut, but after the first innings, they changed their mind and went back to Jaydev Unadkat as the impact player. But in this game, they brought 2 debutants and both picked up a 4 wicket haul. As I said before, they were lacking the new ball bowlers, and in this match, they started with 2 debutants who did the job for them. Their batting always looked strong, putting another 200 plus score on the board. And every match they lost a toss and batted first. And except for the LSG match, in every other match they scored 200 plus totals. And they also scored these totals against teams like Punjab, RCB, and Rajasthan, who are at the top of the table. So their batting was always very strong. It was just their bowling attack which needed a game like this to come back to form and gain some confidence. So now let's look at the points table. So Rajasthan are still at the top with 4 wins and 1 loss with 8 points, and the run rate has come down to 0.889. And SRH have moved to the fourth position with 2 wins and 3 losses with 4 points on the board and a run rate of 0.576. Now let's go to the graphs. So in the points graph, so if we look at RR, so now they are stayed on 8 points after the end of this match, and SRH have moved on to 4 points after losing the last 2 matches. Now let's look at the position chart. So for RR, there is no change as they remain on the first position as we just saw on the table, but there is a big shift with SRH moving into the top 4 for the first time this season from the 7th position. So other teams, so DC, GT, and LSG have moved 1 place down, and SRH jumped from 7th to 4th position. So DC has also moved out of the top 4. So before this game, the top 4 were consistent with RR, Punjab, RCB, and DC. They were consistently there in the top 4, but now DC has moved uh, out of the top 4, and SRH has taken DC's place in the top 4. So other bottom 3 teams have not changed, and they have kept the same position. So that's it in this video, and let me know your thoughts about this video in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.